I own not one, not two, but 3 of these stupid devices. Hello everybody and welcome to the channel, and I apologize for the quality of this video because my camera is going to shake a lot because the tightening thing for it has fell off and now I'm holding the camera by hand. Anyways, this video is not going to be my typical video. It's going to be a little rant video because I own 3 of these stupid devices and I paid around 160 Canadian dollars for this. For devices that are more than 10 years old. Alright, so what are these? So this is basically the Apple router or slash server thing they made back in 2013. That was when they stopped making them, but they had them in the late 2000s, the early 2010s. And there were 3 variants. There was the Airport Express, the small one. And then there was the Airport Extreme, which is this, and the Airport Time Capsule, which are these. This is the 6th, this is just the router, and these 2 are time capsules. And what the time capsules are, they are like the Airport Extreme, but they have hard drives in them. So you could like put your own data on these 2 things. And this one is a 3 terabyte. And this one is a 2 terabyte. Now, why do I hate these? I mean, originally I wasn't gonna hate them either. I really wanted to, use these. Can't really just get them to, like, set up. Like, I had this one connected to my router, but I was never able to access it. And it just had a mind of its own. It would always just disconnect and reconnect, and I had really high hopes for these. So, a little history. I really wanted this, which was the time these. I really wanted these, the time capsules. And so what happened was I was on eBay and I was looking for time capsules. And I found this one, 2 terabytes, and I sent an offer. And I ended up paying around 55 USD for this, which is around 80 Canadian, and that was terrible. Because this device is super old and it only has 2 terabytes. And I say only 2 terabytes because locally then I found these 2. And this is the Extreme and the Time Capsule. And the Time Capsule had 3 terabytes in them. So I essentially paid 40 for this and 80 for this. So I really wanted to return this one, but then shipping was like 55 bucks Canadian. So I had to pay for shipping, so I was just going to get 30 bucks back, so I just kept it. And these 2, this one I didn't even bother to set up. This has been in the box ever since I got it. I just took the cable out of it to use on this. And so for these 2, this one was just plugged into my setup because I thought I was gonna be like a Wi-Fi extending thing. Like I could get Wi-Fi from this and use it on all my devices, but that did not turn out to be the case. And I also had this connected, plugged into my setup as well, so that I could have the hard drive and stuff. Because when I tried to set this up, I was basically just trying to bridge these 2 together. I couldn't get the Wi-Fi started on this, so I just used this to get the Wi-Fi. I don't know how these things work. You know what, I'll just put this out of the equation. I never even touched this one. Alright, so since these weren't working, I tried to contact the original seller and he said that he'd try to do it, but then if he doesn't do it, then if he can't set them up, then he could give me a full refund, but I didn't bother. Because I was just so full of myself. I found an Ethernet cable and I was just so full of myself. I was very egotistic because I found an Ethernet cable, and that's important. That's important because I originally had these 2 connected with a landline cable.
Oh my God, bro!
Oh hell no, man! So I am not the smartest tool in the shed. And I'm an all-star. Alright, so anyways, once I found an Ethernet cable, I just, took this and left it in my setup and didn't do anything with it. It was just unplugged from everything. It was just hiding. So I didn't just forgot about this. And I took this and plugged into my main router. So I did. and I'd used my 2017 MacBook Pro to try to initialize it, and it did initialize. But of course there are problems with this. This is a rant video, not a feel-good video. Yeah, so when I tried to set it up, I had some conflicts with the Wi-Fi not working so when I had this plugged into my router, I had some conflicts with the Wi-Fi not working, and my router just stopped giving out Wi-Fi for like 10 minutes. And then my MacBook was able to connect to it, and I was able to drag and drop a file, but after that, when I tried to do it again, it just completely disappeared. And even now, when I plug this back into my router, I would see the airport Wi-Fi thing, and I connect to it, but I wouldn't get any Wi-Fi with it. So I had to download my files first and then put it into this. Then I just realized that I spent $160 on this. I could have just invested it in NAS, because I already have so many 3.5-inch HDDs lying around. I could have just gotten a NAS instead of the $160 I spent on these things that don't even want to work. They could work if they're in the hands of some Apple expert, but I wasn't able to get it to work, and I was really frustrated. And now I'm sad. I don't know what to do. I could probably just resell these later, but then after that, I'm not gonna make my $160 back. I'm gonna make probably $100 back. Anyways, that was my rant video. Alright, thanks for watching.